to the car cult. On this episode of the History of Cars, we explore the extraordinary rise of the Tesla electric motor car company. How did a company that was burning through millions of cash every day become a trillion-dollar car manufacturer and the darling of the motoring, technology, and finance world? Before we dive into this video, first a message on this series and the Car Cult channel. On the Car Cult channel, we are hoping to bring regular shows to you, our viewers, on all that is happening in the car world, whether it is new car announcements, car culture, or car-related entertainment and video games, or at the movies. This is your one place for everything to do with cars. In the History of Cars series, we will be exploring the nearly 200 years of the motor car. We will be diving into how the invention of the motor car changed the course of history and how it left an indelible mark on human civilization. So buckle up for some of the most fascinating stories that the motor world and history has to offer. Chapter 1. The Origins of Tesla. It may seem odd to think that Tesla has not been around forever. In its short period of existence, the name Tesla has become ubiquitous with the electric car revolution. But Tesla's success was by no means guaranteed, and in the early days looked like it would be over before it even began. We have to go all the way back to 1990, when two Silicon Valley engineers, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, had the germ of an idea to make electric vehicles that can be better, quicker, and more fun to drive than gasoline cars. There had been attempts in the past to make an electric car, with the very first going all the way back to 1880. One when Gustav Trove presented the three-wheel car driven by an improved Siemens motor. This would be followed by the first four-wheeled electric car, the Floken Electrowagen, in 1888. Some of the major U.S. car manufacturers would develop electric car prototypes in the 1960s as a cure for the finite fossil fuels in the ground and the rising fuel costs at the pump. In the mid-90s, we would see the introduction by Toyota of hybrid technology when they launched the Prius in 1997. But it would be Tesla that would take electric-powered cars into driveways and parking lots across America and throughout the world. Tesla co-founders Eberhard and Tarpenning first met when Eberhard was an engineer working for Wyse Technology, a computer hardware company, which in the 1980s created the Wyse 1000, a personal computer, and would then transition to the server industry in the 90s. The two of them would develop a passion for creating startups and would go on to launch Nouveau Media, which would release the Rocket e-book in 1998. The development of their second e-book reader would have an impact on the future Tesla car brand, when Eberhard was responsible for sourcing the lithium-ion cell technology, something that would become a key component to the popularization of electric car technology. Eberhard and Tarpenning would be influenced to begin Tesla following the recall by General Motors of all its EV1 prototype electric cars in 2003. They had seen the opportunity to utilize the higher efficiency of battery-powered cars. To produce high-performance cars, Eberhard would attempt to purchase a prototype sports car called the AC Propulsion T0 and provided financial and technical expertise to convert the T0 to lithium-ion batteries. He tried to convince AC Propulsion founder Alan Cocconi to turn the T0 into a production car, but Cocconi declined. Eberhard would go on to say he wanted to build a car manufacturer that is also a technology company, with its core technologies as the battery, the computer software, and the proprietary motor. In 2001, Eberhard and Tarpenning would meet up with Elon Musk after hearing him speak at a Mars Society talk at Stanford University. At the time, Musk was already successful with a portfolio of startups, including the co-founding of PayPal with Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. He would go on to sell PayPal to eBay a year later and would make $165 million from the sale. He would use the income generated from the PayPal sale to launch the startup SpaceX with the goal of designing, building, and launching advanced rockets and spacecrafts to Mars and beyond. In 2003, Tesla Motors, which is named after the Serbian-American inventor and electrical engineer Nikola Tesla, was officially incorporated and would aim to upset the established order of the motoring world by creating electric vehicles that were powerful, beautiful, and desired. Eberhard would serve as the CEO and Tarpening would take up the position of CFO. Ian Wright would become the third employee of Tesla. He would leave Tesla in 2004 and founded the electric vehicle powertrain company, Wright Speed. In February 2004, Tesla would raise $7.5 million, including $6.5 million from Elon Musk. Musk would take on the role of chairman of the board of directors and would become the largest shareholder of Tesla. In May of the same year, J.B. Straubel would join Tesla as its chief technical officer. J.B. would complete Tesla's founding team, and thoughts would turn to the design, development, and production of Tesla's first car. Chapter 2: Development of the Roadster. With Musk's investment into Tesla, he took on a more active role in the company and would even oversee the design of its first car, the Roadster. The company set itself the goal of developing a premium sports car that would be aimed at early adopters and would then go on to challenge the more mainstream car segments, including sedans and SUVs. Musk would lead the next funding round in February 2006, where the company would raise $13 million. And then in May 2006, Tesla would receive a further $40 million investment from the likes of Google co-founders Sergey Brin and Larry Page. A fourth round of investment would be received a year later when $45 million was raised, bringing the total investment in Tesla to $105 million. All this investment would allow the company to charge full speed ahead with the development of the Roadster. The Roadster would become the first highway-legal, serial production, all-electric car to use lithium-ion battery cells. The car could achieve 245 miles on a single charge, something completely unheard of in the electric car market. On top of this, the Roadster could match the performance of its gasoline-powered supercar rivals with a 0 to 60 miles per hour figure of 3.7 seconds. The carbon fiber body kept the weight down and would be based on the chassis of the British sports car, the Lotus Elise. Tesla had entered into an agreement with Lotus for it to produce gliders, which are essentially complete cars, minus the powertrain. A total of 2,400 units would be produced by the time the deal was ended in December 2011. Tesla would officially reveal the prototype Roadster on July 16, 2006 in Santa Monica, California, at a 350-person invitation-only event. The car achieved efficiency ratings of the equivalent of 135 miles per gallon compared with internal combustion engine cars. Tesla Motors received the Global Green 2006 Product Design Award for the design of the Roadster and would be presented with the award by none other than Mikhail Gorbachev. When released in 2008, the car would come in at an eye-watering price of over $100,000, and whilst the car could travel 245 miles on a single charge when plugged into a wall socket, the Roadster would require at least 24 hours to charge. Chapter 3: Elon takes the wheel. Soon after the reveal of the Roadster, Eberhard would be asked by the board to step down as the CEO. He would take on the role of president of technology for a short while, but ultimately left the company in January 2008. Tarpening would also leave the company. Musk began day-to-day running of Tesla when he took on the role of CEO in October 2008. And to meet his goal of achieving positive cash flow, he would fire nearly a quarter of Tesla's staff in one of his first moves as CEO. Musk would receive the very first Tesla Roadster in February 2008, and full production would begin on March 17, 2008. By January 2009, Tesla had raised $187 million and delivered only 147 cars, with Musk contributing $70 million of his own money. On May 19, 2009, Daimler, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, acquired 10% of Tesla for $50 million. Musk would go on to say that the Daimler investment saved the company. Further investment came from the United States Department of Energy when it approved a $465 million loan as part of the $8 billion Advanced Technology Vehicles Manufacturing Loan Program. This loan would be used to support the engineering and production of the Model S, as well as the development of Tesla's advanced powertrain technology. In March 2009, Tesla unveiled its second car, the Model S. The Tesla Model S was a luxury four-door sedan with 518 horsepower and starting at a price of $76,000. Within 2 months, reservations would surpass 1,000. Tesla announced that it had achieved overall corporate profitability for the month of July 2009, when the company had earned $1 million on revenue of $20 million. This profit was primarily driven by the increased margin arising from the updated 2010 Roadster model. On June 29, 2010, Tesla's successful IPO would see the Tesla team, including Musk, ringing the opening bell of NASDAQ. The IPO resulted in a valuation at close, on its first day of trading, of $2.2 billion for Tesla, some way off the trillion-dollar valuation the company would go on to achieve in the future. Chapter 4. Launch of the Models S and X. With the sky the limit for Tesla, they moved into a new HQ at Palo Alto, California, and announced further investment from Toyota of $50 million and a joint venture to develop electric cars and parts. Tesla moved into a factory in Fremont, California, which previously housed a plant jointly operated by General Motors and Toyota. Tesla would use the Fremont factory for production of the models S, X, and 3 in the future. In October 2011, Musk showed off the Model S car in a private event at the Fremont plant. In 2012, Tesla stopped production of the Roadster in order to concentrate on the new Model S, which had already received wide acclaim from automotive critics for its performance and modern design. The Model S came with 3 different battery options, which gave an estimated range of 235 or 300 miles. Unlike the Roadster, which carried the battery system in the rear of the car, the Model S had it underneath the floor, creating a lower center of gravity, improving handling and giving extra storage space at the back. The Model S would also see the introduction of Tesla's autopilot feature, providing semi-autonomous driving in 2014. The Model S won several automotive awards, including the prestigious Motor Trend Car of the Year for 2013, and would become the first electric car to top the monthly car sales list in September. But it was the rollout of Tesla's own superchargers in the United States and Europe that would see Tesla take a giant leap forward. The superchargers offered Tesla owners with a super-fast means of charging their cars on the go. The days of spending 24 hours charging your Tesla being left firmly behind. Better still, you could charge your Tesla for free. To help charge your Teslas more efficiently, Tesla entered the energy storage market when it unveiled its Tesla Power Wall for the home and Tesla Power Pack battery packs for businesses in 2015. The company valued the orders it received within a week of the announcement at $800 million. In September 2015, Tesla began shipping the Model X. The luxury SUVs came with the revolutionary Falcon doors, helping drivers to get in and out of tight parking spots. Tesla received 25,000 pre-orders. Chapter 5. Global Domination. Hot on the heels of the Model X announcement, in April 2016, Tesla unveiled its first mass-market electric car with the launch of the Model 3 sedan. Compared with previous models, this was designed to be inexpensive, coming in at a starting price of $35,000 and received reservations totaling $325,000 within a week. In order to speed up production, something Tesla had been troubled with in the past, they invested heavily in robotics and automation on the assembly line for the Model 3. This would, however, turn into what the company described as production hell when production actually slowed, leading to significant delays. These troubles increased financial pressures on Tesla, and investors would begin to short the company's stock. In the midst of these problems, Musk tweeted out that he was considering taking Tesla private, something that did not ultimately happen but would lead to lawsuits, including a securities fraud charge from the SEC, which resulted in Musk stepping down as the company's chairman, although he was allowed to stay on as the CEO. These challenges would be overcome, and between 2018 and 2021, the Model 3 would be the world's best-selling electric car. Tesla reported 4 consecutive profitable quarters for the first time, which led to it becoming the most valuable car manufacturer in the world, when its share price increased 740%, leading to a valuation of $848 billion, more than the next 9 largest car manufacturers combined. Tesla would blow past the trillion-dollar valuation mark in October 2021, when its share price hit over $1,000. This valuation came off the back of the introduction of its second mass-market car in March 2019, the Model Y, a mid-sized crossover SUV based on the Model 3. Tesla then invested heavily in expanding its production capacity with the opening of 3 new gigafactories. Shanghai would start rollout of Model 3s less than a year after groundbreaking. The Berlin-Brandenburg Gigafactory would break ground in February 2020 and begin production of the Model Y in March 2022. The Texas Gigafactory broke ground shortly after, in June 2020, and began production of the Model Y in April 2022. A further Gigafactory in Mexico is planned for 2025. Chapter 6. An Electric Future. Not only have Tesla revolutionized the electric car market and battery storage, but it has also revolutionized the way car manufacturers sell their vehicles to the public, particularly in the United States. Unlike other car manufacturers, Tesla does not rely on franchised dealerships. Instead, it sells directly to the consumer through its own website and a network of company-owned stores. In some countries, like the US, there is a prohibition on car manufacturers selling directly to consumers. In these areas, Tesla has introduced what it calls galleries, where the company can educate and inform customers about its product, with the customer then purchasing their Tesla online. Tesla was also the first to popularize the air updates to cars already out in the wild. This allowed Tesla to introduce new features and to fix problems which would otherwise require costly recalls. It gives more control to Tesla customers to purchase new features, such as enhanced autopilot and full self-driving features, months or years after they initially purchased their Tesla. These features, in particular, are what are set to ensure Tesla's lead over other manufacturers. In 2020, Tesla released software updates, which allowed its car to recognize other vehicles on the road and to automatically stop at stop signs and traffic lights. Tesla would replace radar sensors with cameras in its Model 3 and Model Y cars, something which would prove controversial with industry experts. Tesla is seeking to introduce its much-delayed full self-driving capability, with first beta version of the software, released on October 22, 2020, to a small group of testers. Tesla has taken a different approach to its self-driving technology compared with other manufacturers such as Waymo and Cruise, which are relying on creating a highly detailed 3-dimensional map through the use of LiDAR and ultrasonic sensors. Tesla has ditched the LiDAR sensors and is looking to use coarse-grained 2-dimensional maps. Tesla has many skeptics, but then Tesla has had skeptics throughout its trillion-dollar story and has overcome them all. What does the future hold for Tesla's new models? Well, it was all the way back in 2017 when Tesla announced the semi-truck concept, which would boast a center-mounted seat and a promised range of 500 miles or 400 miles on a 30-minute charge. In theory, the Semi would save drivers at least $200,000 in fuel costs over 1 million miles. The other concept, announced at the time, was the new Tesla Roadster, which was to come in at a cost of $200,000 and was claimed to hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 1.9 seconds. Something that is likely to be hitting the road sooner than the Tesla Semi or Roadster is the Tesla Cybertruck, a futuristic, angular pickup truck that can travel 500 miles on a single charge and hit 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds. During the launch presentation, a demo of the strength of the armored glass would go badly wrong when Musk smashed the glass. This would not deter customers when Musk unveiled a pre-order list of 250,000. During the investor presentation in April 2023, Tesla unveiled its Master Plan Part 3. In it, Tesla would outline its vision for the path to sustainable global energy economy. Included within the presentation was a pathway to the replacement of gasoline vehicles with 1.4 billion electric vehicles. The plan involves the rollout of 2 previously unannounced cars from Tesla that were shrouded in white sheets. What is clear is that Tesla is not lacking in any ambition for the future, and Tesla is not done with changing the motoring world. If you would like more videos on Tesla and the history of cars, please like, subscribe, and comment on what you would like to see. We appreciate all your help to grow this channel and the community. Until next time on The Car Cult.